If you guys have been keeping up with the live streams, I actually rearranged my work schedule to be able to stream every Thursday morning, starting in November. And I already broke that streak. I already ruined it, but it's for a good reason. I'm not a very good picture taker, but this was me at the Arcane finale. Riot flew us, me and some other creators out to try the new build of 2xKO. So basically a hot off the presses build of 2xKO, and also flew us out to see the Arcane premiere. Arcane was dope. You guys don't need me to tell you that. Not gonna spoil anything. I even got some like goodies like this. It's like you guys get to like build your own Jinx chomper.
Nice chomper.
I think it's like a Bluetooth speaker. We got a bunch of other goodies like these pins, but that's not what you guys are here for. I watched Arcane, it's dope. But yeah, I got to play Jinx, and I got to play a lot of Jinx, and I'm allowed to share basically everything that I did with Jinx, and I got to play her quite a lot, to the point where I even got the receipts. We got to Riot at maybe like a little bit before 10 a.m. Me, Leffen, Yohosi Don, and Ray, who's like the community guy for 2xKO, stayed there till almost midnight. So I spent almost 14 hours at Riot playing 2xKO. Everyone else left. Literally everyone left the venue. I even got the Uber receipt. 11:33 p.m. we called the Uber. Unfortunately, we weren't able to capture footage, but the way I'll kind of do this is I'll look at Jinx's moves that we see here. I'll talk about them, and I'll talk about the moves that we don't see. If I could describe Jinx in like a overall archetype, she reminds me of a lot of Dizzy from Guilty Gear Strive. Her traps function exactly the way that the fish function. She has kind of normals. She also kind of has like that mid-range zoning and she also has like set play too. But the main thing that separates her from Dizzy, two things. One, she has Tager's Spark Bolt. He has this like little bar right here, and when this bar is full, he gets access to a special move that shoots out and stuns the opponent. And that's exactly what Jinx has as well. It's not as fast. You're not really using it as like a reaction check or like a whiff punish, but what you can do is you can like shoot her gun, cancel the gun into the Spark Bolt. It uses up this meter, and then you run up and you get a combo. So she's Dizzy, but she has Spark Bolt. And the other thing is she has actual zoning tools, right? So she has projectile, she has the gun, she has the rocket. We'll get into that too. So she's kind of like a zoner heavy Dizzy with Spark Bolt. All right, let's look at the footage. So this is the official Jinx gameplay reveal footage. I will say this character looks freaking sick. I don't know if it's just because the dev team has more practice and whatnot, but I thought her animations, her super animations, probably look the best out of like anyone else I've seen in the cast. I think she looks really, really sick. Yeah, so she has this gun right here. The way the gun works is you can shoot it, and this is the gun I was talking about. You can cancel this gun in the Spark Bolt, and the Spark Bolt will combo. You run up and you get a combo. There's only one version of the gun. I want to say it's her S1. Shit, what was her S2? No, I want to say it's her S1. All right, let's pretend it's her S1. There's not like an upward version. The way you do S1, and then you can hold up and it'll angle it up like this, right? So what the Jinx player did here was they press S1 and then they held down S1 and then they hit up, right? You can also just have it shoot straight forward. Let's say you're shooting the gun, they jump over it, and you can angle it up to kind of like check them for jumping, which is really cool. But really where this shines is being able to cancel into the Spark Bolt. You know, you do S1, cancels the Spark Bolt, that all combos, and then you run up, you get a full combo. So this is her trap. She has two traps. She has an air trap and a ground trap. It's a little different than Dizzy because you can actually interact with the fish, or the traps in this case. You get combos, you know, they persist when you change out. They're very strong. I think they're quite good. Everything is work in progress, right? Apparently the version of Jinx we played, all the devs were like, yeah, Jinx used to have this, or Jinx used to have this, or this used to combo. And apparently she was like super broken. This is still very work in progress, and it's very likely that things might change from what I'm talking about, right? But this is just my experience in this build. I have to imagine during Alpha Lab some things will change. So yeah, this is, I want to call this her S2. This is like a rocket. It's a full screen rocket. You could hold it down. You could charge it. It's kind of like Eustis's projectile. I'm not even gonna, like, no one's gonna know what the fuck that means. This rocket's cool. You can follow it in. It's really good for tags. This is also her assist as well. So this is her back assist. And then her neutral assist was this chomper, right? And
Nice
actually,
chomper.
I thought her assists were honestly the strongest in the game. I thought her assist kit was very, very strong. Having a assist that just goes full screen and you don't have to worry about your assist getting hit is just very, very good, right? I think there's also like a glitch. They said it was intended, but with 2x assist, you can throw this rocket and then cancel it into trap immediately. And then you can have both the trap and the rocket on the screen at the same time. And then you just go in behind the rocket, and then the trap moves forward, so it follows in for additional pressure. I thought it was the cheapest 2x assist thing I've seen yet in the game. They might change that. Actually, I think it's very likely they're gonna change that. So this is her S1 super. You can actually follow up. So like Jinx is actionable right now, and I could not figure out the timing at all. But you can like jump up and like, she has like a charged heavy that like ground bounces. Like if you're cracked, you just like run up and super jump and jump heavy. If it's early into the combo, you can get a combo after, which is really cool. It's like one of the only supers that you can do that. You can actually do that with her ultimate as well. But yeah, this is her other trap. As you can guess by this, you can actually interact with the traps. So unlike Dizzy Fish, Jinx is just doing her stand medium punch right here. The stand medium punch hits this trap. It makes it go further and also explode like quicker. Oh, so what they did here was they canceled 5 medium into 2H, and it changed the trajectory of the trap. There's a number of different ways to interact with the traps. I like doing 5M. I also like just throwing a trap and then like run up and throw. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do with the traps. Yeah, kind of like Blanca's traps, but way more ways to interact with the traps, if that makes sense. The other really common way you can combo into level 1 to level 2, I think this is when I saw this short right here. So, you know, this is the swap combo. You go into assist, tag launcher, right? All this is the same as the Alpha Lab. Level 1. This level 1, you can actually combo into level 2. I think that's what they were trying to do right here. This is my theory on the short. You see how he like the Jinx does down, down? I think they try to do down, down at S1, S2, and that will combo from that. And so you're spending all your meter. So basically she has the Yasuo where you could do level 1 into level 2, and then this combos and it does a crap ton of damage. But the main thing that she could do over Yasuo is that she could just do after tag launcher, which seemed really, really strong to me. So overall impressions, like Jinx seems quite good. There's a few moves that we didn't get to see. We didn't get to see many of her normals. I think her normals, compared to a lot of the casts, they're not that good. She had the issue where if you're too far, you don't really get a combo. So Braum has this issue where if you are not close enough, this 2H will just whiff and then you die, right? So instead you have to cut your combo short. So it's kind of the same thing with Jinx where you just do light, medium, heavy, and then you do gun, and then you do spark bolt. But if you don't have spark bolt, you just have to go into the gun, into rocket, and then you push it back full screen. So very similar to Braum in that case. I think that's intentional. So like you have to actually think about the spacing of your combo. But yeah, I think Jinx was definitely lacking in the normal department. She had 2 other normals that we didn't see. One of them is exactly like Echo 3L. Oh, okay. Well, look at this left and short. So, oh God. All right, let me pause it. The exact frame. Okay. Echo has a down forward leg kick. So it hits low, it goes farther than the regular crouch leg kick. Jinx has this too. That was way too much work just to show you a command normal. She also has another command normal. She also has a command overhead. It is on forward heavy. Right now, that's apparently one of the moves that keeps changing. In some builds, I guess it's like unreactable. This build, it was like 26, 28 frames, which means that's like the speed of a charged dust in Guilty Gear, which means that you're probably not getting hit by that. But you could probably use it for like unblockables and that sort of thing. This is her charge H, by the way, that ground bounces. And she has the air rocket, she has the ground lock. I want to talk about this move right here. This move I thought was one of her best moves. So it's kind of hard to see. This rocket actually goes full screen. You can't really see it because it obviously hits the character, and you can move right after, right? So it's kind of like Dizzy where she does her jump D. So it reminds me of this character called Gunvolt. This is a video of me winning a tournament with Gunvolt. Good times. But Gunvolt had probably one of the best moves I've ever seen in a fighting game. So you see how as Gunvolt's falling, he shoots his gun. By the time you landed from the gun, you're already able to action. So you have to do a full jump. You can't just like tiger knee the gun. But the cool thing is it lets you approach and it lets you do a good mix up, right? For Jinx, it lets you like kind of set up your traps. So it's not as good as Gunvolt's. In 2xKO in that build, you could just crouch it, right? Or like it's also really hard to time, so you could like oftentimes it just like control the airspace and now you hit someone standing. But if you timed it right, they couldn't approach, and therefore it would give you time to set up your traps, or it give you time to like approach. I can't talk about the system changes too much, but let me finish the the Jinx part of the vid, and then I'll take questions. All right, let me finish this, and then I'll take questions from you guys. And I'll answer what I can. So this is what I'm talking about, how the traps work, where you can just like, you see the trap, you can run up and you can just kind of destroy the trap, right? So I can see this, and then I can, like, you see how I'm breaking the trap and then I can cancel. So Jinx has the same exact mechanic as this, right? But the main thing is like you can actually counterplay it a little bit better with Jinx, in my opinion, because you can, one, they go slower, so like it's harder for them to hit it out. And the other thing is you have a gun, right? So you can just like shoot your gun. So the idea is like, let's say I try to hit, then you shoot your gun, and then the gun like counterpokes you, and then you go into Spark Bolt, and then you go full combo. Yeah, or jump rocket, the same idea. You throw the rocket and then you throw like your trap, and you kind of get your gameplay started there. She did feel very vulnerable to rushdown, but you know, I think that's how zoner characters are meant to be played. But I think she had strengths to make up for it, and I'm really excited for you guys to try her because she's really sick. I actually really liked her, and that's why I played her like almost the whole time. All right, questions from the chat on 2xKO. I'll answer what I can. So I got a couple questions from Twitter. Can anyone address the issue of Vanguard being what it is, or are you just fine and dandy with it? The word Vanguard literally did not come up once during the whole playtest. This is just me speaking of my own opinion. I believe it's confirmed, don't quote me on that, that will be in launch just like it was during the alpha lab. I think it's a great idea. I mean, yeah, the fact that you're giving kernel access is, I wish there was a better way to do it, but cheaters in fighting games are an issue. This video of mine literally has 209,000 views, and it's just me exposing this cheater that is doing like the craziest shit because they have cheats enabled. Like, for example, auto blocking everything, automatic hit confirm that you don't need to do. We don't need that shit in 2xKO. I'm gonna keep it real. To not have cheaters in 2xKO, I don't know, I think it's a necessary evil, especially if they're trying to push the online scene forward. Oh yeah, did I see any other unannounced characters? Yeah, I did. That's all I'm allowed to say. I got to play some other unannounced characters. They were cool. That's it. That's all I'm allowed to say. They were all still a work in progress. So like the super animations kind of look scuffed. Can't say how many. And I know they have stuff they're cooking that we don't even know, right? Did they fix the DS4 bug? I don't even know what bug you're talking about. Oh, none of us played on DualShock 4, so I don't know. I know what you're talking about. They probably did, but I really didn't say. Did they give you a release date? This is what they said. Yeah. This is what they said. I want to know the release date. I mean, my whole goal is to go full time when 2xKO comes out, and me not knowing when the game's gonna come out or if it's actually gonna come out in 2025 is you know, I wish I do. I wish I do. I'd start making plans. Do I like 2xKO more than now or before? I like it now. I think the system changes are in a great direction. As you know, there's these system changes. They all felt great. We got to try them out. There's also some other system changes. I'm not allowed to say anything, but yeah, it felt good. Any changes to Fuse? Sure. I'm not allowed to say what. Do universal game mechanics benefit a certain character or character archetype? I think it's too early to say. I think that depends on how they balance the system mechanics, and my understanding, I mean, you guys know this too, based on this, it's still in flux, and I imagine the build that we play in Alpha Lab in 2025 is going to be a lot different than even what I played, right? So it really, because they're still fine-tuning the system mechanics, it's really going to depend. Did they add Wild Assault? Imagine. I would be ranting about that game. Any new skins? Yeah, we got to see new skins. Skins are cool. Actually, they're really, really cool. I can't wait for you guys to see them. Would I say Jinx is a pure zoning character? Or does she have the tools to go head-to-head melee? I think her mix is not very good, right? She has that slow-ass overhead. She can obviously do throw mix-up, but it didn't feel that strong to me but again, this is all still to be determined, right? They could buff her throw mix in the future, but she didn't really like get much off a throw. So yeah, she felt more like zoning, but she also felt like almost like an assist character because her assists were really, really strong, and she's like able to like put shit on the screen and tag out and then like help your partner get in. So yeah, I'd say it's like zoning, but it's like zoning like a tag game where you're like trying to help the opponent set up shit. Oh, I forgot to talk about Her S2 super is Hyper Viper Beam. It's pretty dope. It's really good for catching assists and that sort of thing. You can do it in the air, you can do it on the ground. It's obviously not as broke as this. You can't link like 5 of them in a row, but it's same idea where you can angle it. You can either angle it up or across on the ground, and in the air you can do it down, forward, or forward. Comparing it to Air Hyper Viper Beam is like kind of a misnomer, but it's that same idea where it's like it's a pretty quick full screen super that's used to like snipe shit out, and it felt decently safe, but you know, again, work in progress. What kind of synergy you think you won from Jinx teams? I think you want like assist to help her set up and keep the opponent out, right? She doesn't really need like a full screen assist. She needs like I think she needs like something quick that like she can use to set up zoning. So maybe like Echo Timewiner would be really good because you could throw out the Timewiner and then set up your traps behind it. Maybe Ari back assist would be really good with her because it lets you OTG. I feel like she seems really flexible. My idea of Jinx as ideal partner is like someone that maybe assist wise either lets her set up, or after you're set up, like they can come in and do like good solo mix, which I think like almost everyone in the game kind of fits that criteria. I think someone that's fast would be pretty good too, just because like you can go behind the rockets and traps and stuff a little bit better. So like for example, if you're playing, I don't know, Alawi on point and you throw the rocket, you might not be able to like get in all the way because like Alawi's a little slow. But if you're playing someone like Echo, you might be able to like run all the way in with the rocket and then like apply pressure. I mean, this is all me just theory crafting in my head right now. This isn't something I like thought about. Heard the story from Sajam about the grind team? I haven't heard anything about the grind team. I got a chance to play, I only played 3 people really. I played Sajam, who I was like using the new characters, and Sajam was playing Echo and they're trying to hit me with the grossest Echo stuff, so they fucked me up. I'm like, come on, come on, bro. Like, you're just trying to fuck me up with Echo. And I played Leffen a lot. We were messing around a bunch, and then I played a lot with Dawn because she stayed late. Are you still hopeful that they add motion inputs as an option, or are you fine with the simple inputs? I'm fine. I'm used to simple inputs. We'll see what they do. I know there's been complaints. My understanding is like some of the stuff we're doing, we're talking of the devs and they're like spitballing changes like, hey, what do you think about this? And we'd be like, yeah, or like, oh, that sounds great. That didn't come up, but but I imagine like I wouldn't be surprised to see it, but at the same time, like I have no clue. Are you allowed to throw a guess estimate of how many characters there'll be on Ranch? No, because yeah, I'll just say no. All right, I think that's it. I think we've run this video's course. See how many people in the chat trying to make me break NDA. Not gonna do it. Not falling for that shit. Anyways, like, share, subscribe if you want to see more 2x go. I probably won't make a 2x video until close to Alpha Lab. So I gotta wait a little bit. Unfortunately, I'm in that boat with you guys though. Anyways, take care. Peace.